All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. Just want to do a quick in-transit lesson, all right, concerning prophecy. All right, and pretty much if you're watching, through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, you're going to see, that we're literally at the end of the end, and we cannot stress that enough. We cannot stress that enough. We're literally at the door of Jacob's trouble, The beginning of 2023, Esau, Edom is going to pass the law in Illinois, but that's just the testing grounds, okay? And that's right at the beginning of 2023. By the middle of the year, it could be all states, that implement these different laws, because there's not enough funding, there's not enough staff. All right, there's not enough, resources. America's being sucked dry, so now, pretty much these first responders is not going to be responding to certain things, man. All right. Hence those laws that's going to be passed, as well as we see with Putin, which that's pretty much going into what this lesson is about. Putin, he pretty much said that he authorized, the draft. OK, and that spirit is going out the war drums. OK, and America is going to soon be in that same spirit as far as authorizing drafts. Okay. And this is part of prophecy, man. All right. Esau, Edom, he's finna ship people, to go to war. All right. And the draft, that's, if you refuse the draft, then, by law or whatever, they're able to lock you up for some years. All right. So if you reach the requirements of a certain age, all right, then you have to go to the draft or get locked up. Okay, so that's coming. All right, but Yahweh Shema Shai is going to protect his elect. Okay, the Lord is going to find a way for brothers to bypass that. Brothers may have to be on the run. All right, whatever the scenario is, because everything is falling apart now. And on top of that, these people are still in that peace and safety spirit. So that sudden destruction is on its way, man. So let me get a quick precept. All right. Joel, the 3rd chapter. This is Joel chapter 3. Bear with me, I'm driving. Joel chapter 3. And I'm going to start at 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. And that's what's happening right now. The Lord, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, the Lord is putting the spirit, on the kings of the earth, Putin, Xi Jinping, all right, to wake up the mighty men, to prepare war. That's literally what's happening and taking place right now. And the fact that Russia, is pretty much, calling that draft. All right. A brother, I was just speaking to a brother about it, and he told me that they're even protesting in Russia because of it, and that's going to come to America, man. So going back to the precept, all right, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right. And ultimately, the Lord is getting ready for the war, to end all wars, World War III, which will be fought in the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat in the Middle East. All right. So when America do implement their draft, they're going to be sending people over there to the Middle East. All right. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. So people that, till the ground and all that, all right, these nations are not putting all their resources into that. All right, because we're in a time of war. It's not a time of peace. All right, now these nations, they're getting their artillery ready. Okay, which America is heavily outweighed. All right, America is heavily missile. As far as missile defense system, America's out of date. The fighter jets and all that. These other nations got more powerful weapons than America now. Okay. It says, let the weak say, Joel 3:10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So now these other nations are ready to get up with America. At one point, America, like the scriptures say, how was the hammer of the whole earth broken asunder? All right. America is that hammer. Okay. These other nations at one point couldn't mess with America. And America, the pride, America's super proud. But now these nations, they want all the smoke now. All right. And we see Putin, he's calling a draft. That's because he wants to, continue to occupy the Ukraine. All right. But, these wars is only going to call for more soldiers. It's only going to call for more soldiers. All right. So that draft is coming, man, across the board. China, Russia, America, they're going to be start drafting people, man, against people's will. All right. And that's going to open the doors up, for Isaiah 4:1. All right. It's going to open the doors up for people to protest and ultimately, riot against the government, because these people already don't like how America's ran anyway. Speaking of these Babylonians here in America. All right. Everybody's divided. So now, they want you to fight for a country. And a lot of people, you got like your right wing, they don't really agree, with the left wing. All right. They're not going to want to fight for this country. All right. So pretty much on every level is going to be fucking chaos. And that tension, we feel the buildup. All right. Let me get another precept. It's in the Salakia. Satan, the feed got cut off. All right. But let me go back. Let me get this precept, Lord's will. Just hit the precept and close it out. All right. All right. Because we definitely in those times, All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And I'm going to start at 32. Okay. Just to hit the point. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. All right. And America is going to end up like this. All right. Everything's going to look untilled. All the buildings are going to be eventually like burnt down and broken into, and, no maintenance is going to be going on. All right. When all hell break loose. Okay. Verse 33, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. All right. So this shows you that pretty much, World War III, the height of World War III is going to take place during the time of the collapse of America. OK. As well as the hour of temptation, because the military is going to be, the ones administering the MOTB. All right. And, like I said before, these different drafts is going to open the door for Isaiah 4:1, because we just read it right here. 2nd Ezra 16 and 34. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. And that's also, the wars that's going to be taking place in America as well. These different, riots. OK, so there's going to be a lot of women, all right, out there, and they're going to be trying to seek, a man of the Lord. All right. They're not just going to be trying to seek just any person, any dude, because, everybody's going to be out of their mind during that time except for the elect. All right. And the Lord said, that the Lord was going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Let me actually get that real quick. This is Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay. So in that day, because right now women, pretty much, we go over women's heads. Okay. Women, they don't know, the quality of a man of the Lord, of the hopeful elect, man. All right. These women, they're operating on a low vibration, man. All right. And when they see a man of the Lord, they don't really understand what they're looking at. They don't really know what they're looking at, But in that day, it's going to be made apparent, because the Spirit of the Lord is going to be with his men. All right. And I just seen a raven, and the raven had food in his mouth, and it just flew right next to me and then flew away, which that just show you how the Lord's going to feed his servants in that day as well. Okay. And when women see the men of the Lord, they got food. The men of the Lord look healthy, smiling, laughing. All right. Spiritual power. Hey, these women is going to flock, man. All right. In that day, these women are going to be thirsty. Okay. Like how they had that term, which really it all goes back to the scriptures. Pretty much every term that people use, little sayings and stuff, it all goes back to the scriptures, man. Let me actually get that. Real quick. Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. And the wind represents all the destruction. Okay. And a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. All right. So these women in that day are going to be thirsty, man. And the man of the Lord is going to be looking like some spring water, in a dry place. It says, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right. And these women, they're going to want to lodge up underneath us, man. In that time, Abaratazah, we part of that number. Okay. All right. And that's, the reason why the Lord is building us up now and hardening us and chastising us. So in that day, we're going to be able to withstand. Okay. Because these men out here, they're going to be as women, and they're going to perish. A lot of these men is going to get, they're going to try to fight, for America. They're going to get shipped off to the Middle East. All right. That's where the Lord is going to wage war with the armies of the earth. All right. And a lot of jakes that get sent over there, they're going to end up fighting the Lord, man. All right. So, the men of the Lord ain't finna get drafted, man. All right. This is the time where, the Lord is going to defend his elect. And Esau, Edom, he's going to try to come down with penalties for those that don't want to, go to war and get drafted. Hey, some brothers is probably going to be on a run. Some brothers, the scripture tell you that, we're going to be as pilgrims on the earth, man. All right. So this is the time that we're entering into, man. Putin, he's calling for the draft. Look for these other nations to start drafting. All right. Because these nations, they need more soldiers, man. All right. They're going to start, America's going to start drafting as well, man. And in the heat of World War III, at the climax of World War III, America's going to be knee deep in Jacob's trouble / the hour of temptation. All right. Then, these nations is going to push the button. The missiles is going to go up, and they're going to be aiming towards America. America's own allies is going to shoot their missiles on America. And then the Lord is going to show up to deliver the elect out of the destruction, man. All right. So, hey, we close, man. All right. Let me get one more precept. All right. Because, again, man, we're entering the time of, the purge, war. So a lot of men is going to die. All right. And, you know, it's going to leave room for Isaiah 4:1, man. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. And 7 just means completion. So really, it could be more or less. It says, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Yeah, because they were mourning. Because they ain't have, you know, no bridegroom, you know, no husbands. All right. So they're going to want to be called by thy name, meaning pretty much they sex. All right. To be joined unto, to be married. All right. And you know, you marry a woman by having sex with her. All right. It's not no ceremonial thing. It's once you know, join unto the woman, then you become one flesh. All right. So, you know, in that day, these women are going to want to get in order, man. All right. And they're going to have to share a man and be in order. So with that being said, Lord's will is edifying. I want to say, call all Yahweh Shemal Shai by Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and citation to those that are hopeful elect. Shalom and a bar.